Good morning. Corey Thorne, spiritual healer, coming in to do my channel messages, trying to get them all out uh, piece by piece in between my day. So today I am, or this morning, I am working with the energy of those born under the sign of, who was I doing? Capricorn. Capricorn. For those born under the sign of Capricorn, I have a lot of this, like, seen a lot of rusty colors, like rust. Like something is you feel like you're rusty. You feel like you're losing your Midas touch. You feel like you're falling out of alignment. You're kind of being frustrated with yourself, angry with yourself, like feel like you've like lost everything that you had done for yourself, and you kind of are you are kind of slipping, and not all of you, don't get me wrong, but some of my Capricorns are really starting to feel the effects of everything that is happening in the world because you are connected to the earth. You can feel the energy that is being stompled into the earth. You can feel the energy that kind of is like everyone who's out venting into the trees and into the woods and letting it all go out there. It feels like it's like you can feel it all. And so there's a sense of being hypersensitive right now for my Capricorns. Very much, if you struggle with, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I am a life coach, and I'm a mystic, I'm a seer. And so what I'm picking up is that, if you've been struggling with your depressions, with depression, anxiety, with addictions, with those things, and because I work as a spiritual healer, I do feel and sense the energy. I know the energy. Um, if that's where your struggles are, if that's where you're struggling, a big part of what I am receiving in messages for my people born under under the energy of Capricorn is the fact that you truly want to be of service. You want to be able to be needed, to be wanted somewhere. And the one that's crying out most for you right now is you. You need to give some real serious love and attention to the places where you are not giving to you. That's where you're rusty. You're rusty in taking the time for you, to getting out, to um, to not being able to just show up and help people. Whatever it may be, that's the areas where you have to start. What the love that you would give to others, you have to give to you right now. The love that you would give to others has to go to you. It has to be directed at you. It has to be for you. It has to be coming towards you. It has to be within you. You have to provide it. And so you're rusty in that department because you've lost that connection. You've lost that touch. And it's time for you to get that back. Yesterday in one of my readings, somebody was like it was in the Midas touch. And yours is in just being able to just be able to breathe through your own energy today, to just be able to recognize. And I don't mean focus on, I don't mean focus on victim or focus on those things. I mean focus on what can I do today that's going to empower myself? What can I do today to inspire myself? Can I make it out for a walk? Can I get outside? It is important for you to still get outside. It is important for you to get out into those trees because that forest out there, those paths that we walk, those trails, they can take it all. They can handle our emotional let goes. They don't have a personal investment, and they don't have an emotional connection to what we are feeling. They know it is what it is. They just let the energy transmute. They give it to God, and they set it free, and they send it back to us in love. They send it back to us in the synchronicity moments. They send it back in the birds. They send it back in they send it back in the most loving ways. So the things that you see, like a random butterfly, a random bird that just comes and lands right in front of your house, the um, that that rabbit that may run down the street that shouldn't be there. Those type of things. They're sending in the messengers, and the animals become the messengers. So there's a lot of that energy that's around you right now for you to be able to sit in that. See, Willow, the guardians. And so out in the trees, out in nature, in the sunshine, that is the guardians of us. That sun is here to be a guardian. It provides the vitamin D. It provides what we need. It gives you what you need, including the visuals. As spring comes, as right now I'm looking at snow, as Alberta's getting ready to go in down into back down into the so-called stage one, is that that energy is affecting people. And so when I'm looking at it snow, I could go blah, or I could go that white is a sign that there is this divine light that is still watching over us, that's still with us, that's still there. And so we do have the guardians. We are being guarded, we are being cared for. We may not like how we're being cared for in the universe. The human stuff is questionable, but out there, what is out there that's trying to protect us, that's trying to wake us up, that's trying to get ourselves mentally, emotionally healthy, evolve, back, being involved into our own well-being and creating our own happiness and joy, and to not let the depressions and those things take us down. Because as I said in my channeled message this week, we have a strong sense of rising the masculine in us, to rise up that masculine energy in us, to know that a healthy a healthy warrior is a warrior who don't go to war. You don't need to go to war. It's like we can reason with each other. We can find that voice. And so I feel like you need to stop being at war with yourself. You have to stop fighting with yourself. You have to truly start to find the balance between your masculine, your feminine, to know that you are being like you're very oversensitive and you have a tendency to overreact. Um, have to assess everything, and so that overreacting and overreacting, um, over responding, over everything is like all here because you're over it. You're over things and it's not bringing you here. So be the eye in the storm, serenity. We have that beautiful serenity that's with you today. You have to make peace with what you cannot change. You have to make peace with it is what it is. There's just things. And so the healing is you, has to go to you, the unicorn energy. So there is the magical energy around you. And uh, as much as everything's been happening, luck has been on your side. I feel like for a lot of you, you haven't been impacted the way that a lot of other people have been impacted. So something is working for you. Find those golden nuggets. Pick out those golden nuggets. Look at look at the blessings of what you have had instead of what's you don't have emotionally, or what you don't have to content you, or what you don't have to fill up on so that you can keep avoiding you. You have to face you. Every freaking reading has gotten this card. It is the wholeness, it's that purity, it is the rebirth. There is something of this storm story that's back there that is coming. There is a storm, there's an emotional storm, there's storms, there's something brewing out there that is telling you that you have to be the peace. Like you have to be the peacekeeper, you have to be the like to stay at peace with yourself, to be present. And as a light worker, we are the peacekeepers. We are that energy. We're not here to disrupt or cause more storm out there. We're here to say, you know what, we're going to have to go through it. Life happens. But we have something inside of us that can truly hold us. And so that purest of thoughts, pure your thoughts, clear your thoughts, get out of your head, get out of your human head, get into that sense of being connected to the God self, to the energy of faith and hope, and hold on to that. And that's what's going to be able to get you through, because there is it's the moments after you've given birth to your new life coming up. There's an ending, and this is, see, I make the death card, I make the way home to us such a beautiful journey. And so this is the beautiful journey home to you. This is the coming back to you. This is walking towards the soul self, walking towards the spirit self, letting parts die. And so when I teach about heaven on earth, and I teach about the energy of heaven on earth, and I teach about the life of heaven on earth, is that when you witness it or you experience it, you observe it, is that there's two stories that are intertwined together. And so there's the death, right? There's something that leaves, and the person that leaves, there's peace. It's instant. They instantly have this, right? It's just that sense of they're just so their struggles on earth, their energy on earth, like whatever they had experienced on earth, the soul is set free from there. The soul leaves the human body, and the human body just it goes. And the soul self takes all that wisdom and knowledge, and it returns home, and it's at peace, right? It's done its job, it's served its purpose, it is done. The ones left behind are the ones left to struggle. So the story changes. The story, and we want to drag spirit. We want to drag that spirit, that soul self. We want to drag that into how we are feeling. We want them to suffer with us. We want them to be there with us, and they can't. That's not where they are. And so they come through in this beautiful energy to help you, to be of service, to say, you know what, create that heaven on earth, live for me. That joy and happiness come home to you. Don't try to keep disconnecting. Don't try to keep trying to leave yourself and leave behind all of the opportunities that you have to live happy and joyful when there is still time for you to create that heaven on earth, to bring it home to you. Notice there's rainbows here. So there's that pot of gold. There is that joy. There is that happiness. There is something at the end of that pot of gold. And trust me, I had a rainbow land in my vehicle as I drove last summer. The pot of gold I was in, I'm like, I was at either the end or the beginning. Either which way, I seen that there was an ending to a rainbow that was, I'm sure the rays of it, the energy goes all the way down around. But for me, in my story, in my experience, was that I was sitting in the beauty of an ending. And so when we're afraid of endings, and because we've previously gone through experiences where we have had loss, look at the other side of the ending. Look at that person who's leaving is walking home to them, and this is your opportunity to walk into you on earth while you are still here, to bring the joy and the happiness, to know that we are being watched over, that as we walk towards, so the soul self, you're walking towards making a stronger connection with your soul self, with who you are at the very core of you. And you got this, she is everyday miracles. And as did the reading yesterday, one, two of my readings yesterday. And so this is 44. This is the angels are with us. The guardians are with you. You're being very watched over. Miracles happen when we take action steps towards ourselves. You are being told that this is a month where you have to start taking the action steps towards you. The roses represent the tears of Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, those energies, and truly of when they went into the tomb and they seen the body was, there was body wasn't there, it was gone, like it was just, and that rise again of when they seen the light. So the sadness, from sadness to wonder, to awe, to elated energy of just knowing there was still life, there was still something to hope for, there was still something there to walk towards and to hold on to, and to be able to keep the energy of joy alive. And joy is what brings the change in the world. When when all of the things that think it's winning realize it's not really winning, then that's when we start to be able to take back. And I just feel like it, come back home to you today. Find your way back into here. There will be storms. There are things coming up, and we need our light workers. We need that energy to be strong, to be powerful in here, to know that there's beautiful days coming. This is probably one of the brightest months that we have, is April right now. Um, and so we have an opportunity. We have that powerful new moon. It is on the master number of 11. It is really truly laying out the opportunity for us to be able to start really living within the new us, to break free, to break out. And so there is beautiful healing being bestowed upon my Capricorns today. And I send you much love and appreciation for always being here.